Hello, my name is Ursula Monaghan and I work as Education and Outreach Officer here in the beautiful Armagh Robinson Library. Since 2017, the library team have been continuing to work hard to become a dementia-friendly museum. With the continued support of Dementia NI, we are keen to encourage those living with dementia and their carers to visit our library and museum in the knowledge that they are visiting within a safe and welcoming space. Armagh Robinson Library is the oldest public library in Northern Ireland, home to almost 47,000 printed works, some of them hundreds of years old, containing numerous stories of people and places and thousands of memories. It is a space which has the power to evoke and stimulate the reader's own memories. And it has been within this nostalgic environment that Dementia NI members from the Armagh Empowerment Group have been coming together over the past few months to share their own stories and reminiscences, culminating in this final recording. This project has been member-led from start to finish, and we as a library team feel so privileged to be able to continue to offer our library and museum as a space of support for those living with dementia. We are grateful to Dementia NI for their support in the delivery of this project. And we are particularly grateful to those courageous members of the Armagh Empowerment Group. It has been through their enthusiasm, cooperation and agreement to share their stories that we have been enabled to deliver a truly authentic project, focusing on keeping their memories alive, not only for themselves, but for their families and their future generations. We hope you gain inspiration and encouragement from listening to their stories and narratives. Thank you.
It's lovely to be here back in Armagh Robinson Library.
Thank you, Rachel.
Dementia and I love coming here, so we do, and our members just think it's the best venue. And it's lovely to have that connection, so it is with the empowerment groups.
Yep.
We're here today to share some of our stories, so we are, and it's a lovely project that we've been asked to do, to reminisce, and it's great to be here. So we're just going to get started really with a brief introduction. All right. So Jared, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name's Jared Dorn, I live in Lurgan. And thankfully, reminiscence is the most important thing. Even in the old days, I was told that even though your brain says don't do that and don't do that and don't do that because you make so many mistakes, you got to try to keep active. You got to try to keep active because that'll keep you from falling down. And that's why it's fantastic to see people and talk to people. It's really good. And even driving up here is nice. So it keeps you quite active.
That's great.
And thankfully, you folks are really good helpers. I hope that's the right statement for you, because you're really good helpers.
And you're a great helper in reducing that stigma that comes with the diagnosis of dementia. Coming here today, driving here today, and sharing your stories is going to be a great help to other people.
Well, most times during the year in the summer, they take my licence off and they take me up to Dungannon to do a test, because all the people with dementia and Alzheimer's each year, if you're a driver, you get cancelled. And they take you up and they don't even drive you. Before they drive you, they show you a lot of big pages and they go, what's that, what's that, what's that, what's that? Because they're checking your memory. And he says, if you don't even recognise those things, you'll not even go out for your drive. And then he took me out for a 40-minute drive as well. Thankfully.
And you beat all the odds.
Thankfully, I've passed.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, thank you, Jared. What about yourself, Mark? Introduce yourself
I'm
first.
Mark Fox. I was introduced to Dementia NI by my wife going on the internet, and she got in contact with Rachel. Rachel came out and we visited to the house to see surroundings and all the animals.
Tell us about your animals. How many animals do you have?
A lot.
Dogs.
4 dogs.
4 dogs.
4 cats.
Yeah, keep you fit. The dogs keep you fit?
I had 2 turtles, 2 goats. And before that, we had a load of chickens and ducks and turkeys.
No partridge in the pear tree.
No, we didn't put the foot down at that stage.
Winner chicken dinner.
So it was busy. It's hard enough to keep. So we got the turtles live. Did you see them that time?
No, I didn't see them, but you told me where they were living.
Lived in the bath. The turtles were about the size of that bowl there, and they cleaned out the tank one day. It was a pain in the backside. You had to get the turtles out, set them down somewhere where they wouldn't escape. They actually moved quite fast compared to the other one.
Oh, tortoise?
Aye, yeah. And one day I was clearing the tank. You had to clear the tank out with buckets. I used to have to bucket the water outside. Then you have to clean the glass and lift stones. And one day I started cleaning the tank out. They were running everywhere. And I thought, I know where to put them. Set them into the bath. To keep them.
Yes.
Keep them in. And got the tank cleaned out. There's a lot more room in the bath. There's a big bath. And I thought to myself, I'm going to leave them in there. Fill the bath full of water, and they loved it. So I don't know how many years they were in the bath for. It's a good job with no bathroom
I
upstairs.
was going to say, I wouldn't want to be having a bath
No.
with turtles.
And funny enough, they ate turtle food, which would have been dried food, like dried prawns and
Oh, wow.
sailfish. But what they liked the most was ham. You'd hold the ham out to it and it was snapping very quick. So we're in the process of moving house, so we had to tone down the amount of animals.
Turn them down?
No,
Rehome them?
Rehome them. Rehome them. And thankfully, the problem with the turtles is the yellow belly turtles. And the problem with the turtles, you're not allowed to sell them, rehome them back to not the vegetable shop.
Pet shop?
pets.
Would it be the pet shop? Yeah.
And you can't give them away. It's against the law.
Did you not sell them?
Wow.
No,
Did you not sell them?
no, this law came in after we got them.
I thought you would have sold them.
No, so Claire, she tried everywhere, internet again, pet shop. She was in the pet shop that day to see about it, and a policeman was actually standing in the shop. And it was him that turned around and said, no, you can't rehome. So Claire went to the local vets to find out what they could do. And they tried round, there was different animal shelters and all. None of them would take it. And then they tried one in the south. They were able to take them.
Oh, brilliant.
So they're away to a new home in County Monaghan.
Very good.
And the dogs, most of them's all rescue dogs. They're all placid enough, except for Axel. I don't know if I introduced.
No, I didn't meet Axel, but I heard him.
He's a big dog. He's a cross between a Rottweiler and a Husky.
Oh.
He's very, very placid with us. Up and on top of the bed and everything. Sometimes I wake up like that in the middle of the night. There's Claire on one side and Axel on the other. A great fun. Definitely great fun. And the dog doesn't chase the cats or anything. It takes up plenty of your time.
Looking after them.
So
And no better people for it.
God.
Thank you for sharing about
Aye.
your family and your
Animals.
Aye.
We're going to move on and introduce
Yeah.
Tom
It
here.
always seemed in fours. 4 cats, 4 dogs, 4 daughters.
They'll be loving to be put into the same category as the dogs and the cats.
Are you grand on now?
It's our first birthday on Easter Saturday. Absolutely spoiled rotten. At least at night time you can do that there.
Hand them back.
My daughter and her mum,
Granda.
they actually moved back home. And then Rachel and her fella, they were living in Belfast. And they're going to England in May. So they moved back home last month. So we have a house full.
Good, good.
The way you like it.
Sometimes not.
Will keep you fit too.
Aye.
The grandchildren will keep you fit.
They go to the hall room and hide.
And what about you, Tom? Do you want to tell us a wee bit about yourself, where you're from?
Well, I'm originally from Dublin. Yeah, I was born in Dublin, or just outside it,
Very nice.
and spent the first 20 odd years of my life there. And I've been all around the rest of the UK and Ireland ever since.
Oh, lovely. You've been in Armagh in Tandragee for
Well,
quite some time now.
Tandragee, yeah. Yes, we were in Craigavon to begin with, and then we got a house in outside Tandragee, yeah, in the country. in the
Very
country.
nice.
Very pleasant.
Lovely.
And children of Scarpard long ago, and we have a grandson now, and goodness help us, I hope I don't become a great-grandfather. However, that'll happen, I'm sure.
And it'll be lovely.
Is that what I have to look forward to?
Pardon?
Is that what I have to look forward to?
Absolutely.
Right, Granda.
Yeah.
Now, it's lovely to share a wee bit about yourselves and a wee bit of background. But Tom, you have some lovely pictures with you here today.
I have. Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to go to get a place in Trinity College
Trinity.
after I left school, and my father was there before me, and as far as I know, my
Wow.
grandfather before that.
Wow, a long
So,
history.
A long line, and I had 4 years there of the most gorgeous time, really terrific. Never mind the learning, plenty of that, but there was plenty of other things as well.
You want to tell us a wee bit about plenty of other things?
No, it's just, it was very social, very social. And in the centre of the city,
Yes.
which is the main thing. You just walked out through the gate and you were right in the middle of the city, and only a stone's throw from the Liffey.
Yes.
So that was very good, and the university itself was, I mean, it really did impress me.
Did it?
It was just terrific. And the only problem was the course only took 4 years.
You'd have liked to have been there
Oh,
longer.
yeah. Could have done. Yeah, I should have taken another degree.
What course did you do?
Engineering, civil engineering,
Civil engineering. Lovely.
and I was able for about no more than half the time to live in rooms. They have rooms all in Trinity,
Like
but
digs?
they can't by in any way nowadays accommodate all the students in there.
Be far too many now.
And I just wish I'd been able to stay a bit longer and importantly stay in rooms a bit longer.
Yeah.
You like the social aspect of it, did you?
It was terrific.
And were you part of any choir? I know you're big into your
Oh,
singing
yes,
now,
yeah.
and you were part of a choir, were
Yes,
you?
oh yes,
Was
I
it?
played, sang in college, yeah.
Very good.
But I mean, I'd sung in school and so on, so
Right up through.
yeah.
Very nice.
And I suppose you spent a lot of your time in the library in Trinity.
Um,
Well,
how can I put this? Well, I spent what time I was required to.
Needs must.
And did you play any sports then whenever you were at university?
Yes, I played rugby.
Raise the rugby, Mum.
And cricket and so on. That was the main thing. I played squash and all sorts of other things.
And was that for
Tennis.
university, or at university you played these?
No, in university, yeah.
Very good.
Yes, they were readily available. So,
So, Tom, is that why you didn't always take time in the library? Because you were so busy with sport?
you didn't ask me about the library.
Well, instead, Ursula mentioned about the library, and I'm just interested to know, was there a distraction perhaps?
Pardon?
And could it have been sport, or maybe something else?
I couldn't possibly comment. Oh no, I mean, well, I passed. I didn't fail any examinations. Put it that way. And
And a wee pint of Guinness never did you any harm.
oh no, that's nothing to do with the university.
Too much information here, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, information overload.
Overload.
Yeah.
That's not part of student
Yes,
life
I mean,
at all. Yeah.
I mean, I like everybody in Dublin. I had a guided tour of the Guinness Brewery.
Oh, lovely. The storehouse is lovely.
I don't know anybody who lives in Dublin who hasn't had a tour.
You were very lucky whenever you were younger. Your mother took you to Armagh, didn't she, whenever she was...
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Mother?
So you were...
My mother had a short time of work in the Royal School.
here in Armagh.
And I was dragged along as well and put in the class.
So you boarded in Armagh whenever
did.
you were younger?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
But
drew you
only
back.
It was for less than a year. Well, no, probably a year altogether. And then she moved on, so I moved on. But I ended up in the Masonic School
Very nice.
in Dublin,
Very good.
where there were more people from this province than there were from
Boarding,
the
were
other
they?
three.
Oh, very good.
Oh yes, they were all boarders. There were no day pupils at all. Even if you lived in Dublin, you stayed in school all the whole time.
We'll have a wee look at these photos that you've brought with you. So
Well-
this is the first
In
one.
that box.
Yeah.
In that box.
So this is Trinity.
Well, this is
The
the
family.
No, this is Trinity.
College of the Holy and Undivided Trinity. Collegio Sancti et Individui Trinitatis.
Looks big.
Wow.
Looks quite big. Looks quite big.
That's the Latin. We talked about Latin earlier.
And I don't know. Oxford and Cambridge must be awful. You know?
I'm sure it is.
So it's
Beautiful.
that's the inside. That's the front gate from the inside.
It's like a big courtyard, isn't it?
And it's a huge front square. Yes, the front square, and that is looking back towards the gate, and this one is looking the other way towards the further down, just eastwards rather than westwards, and. There's this nice arch and lots of rooms, and that was the key thing, the rooms. And I can't remember exactly how long I spent. In the 1960s.
A great time.
Well,
in Dublin.
it was the 1950s. I was there really. I mean, I left in 1960, and it was the rooms were just terrific, you know, and they were rooms. They were big rooms.
Oh, yes. A bit like this.
And was
Well-
it just one person to each
No,
room?
oh no, well, yes, one person, but there were three people in the one place. We were on the ground floor, which was very helpful, and that's me outside the door. So it was pretty grand. You
We'll
know,
take it over here and have a wee look as well.
That looks good. That looks good. Oh, nice clothes.
Very smart.
Nice clothes.
Yeah,
nice
well,
clothes.
it's the square beyond what's in this. It's what's called New Square.
Yes.
Mind you, New Square is probably 300 years old.
You're very lucky to have such a love for your university
Oh,
and your
absolutely.
learning. And
Well, I mean, I didn't know anybody. Well, my father and grandfather were there, so it was, yes, and you know those stone buildings were, and they were or you know they were well modernized, and they weren't rough at all.
Yeah.
You know, we had a great time.
brilliant.
And we were fed and watered and everything.
You couldn't complain.
What was the food like?
Pardon?
What was the food like?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, it was as good or better than the food in school. So,
Oh, yes.
it
We're
was.
not a cook.
Pardon?
We're not a cook.
Sorry, somebody talking there.
You didn't have to cook. You were lucky.
No, I mean
Didn't have to cook.
we cooked breakfast. We had a kitchen in the
All right.
in the house.
In the house.
But I mean that's number 33, which is beginning of New Square, and there were 3 people in each of the 3 level either side of the door. So there were six sets of rooms in that block, and then there was another one. There were about must have been 10 or 12, I think, round the square, which of course was a nice grass.
How wonderful.
It's wonderful, Tom, that you have such great memories and such love and such a good feeling for your
Absolutely.
childhood
Yeah.
and, you know, and beyond.
At the end of the day, I shared those rooms with 2 other people. They were both from the north of Ireland.
Oh, very good. So it was meant to be for you to
Yeah,
come up
you
here
are.
and live, wasn't
Oh,
it?
well, I mean, you see,
I won't say you were
the Sonic
influenced.
School, there were more Northern Ireland boys in it than there were from the south.
Oh, very right.
So it didn't surprise me.
That you ended up here. Well, it's a lovely story. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing. And it's lovely for us to be part of that journey that you had in Trinity. If you want to just leave your photos on the table,
I will have another 2 there. I'll get those out.
we'll get to see them as well. That's brilliant. But Jared, I just want to go back to a point that Tom made about singing. And you have a great love for singing as well, don't
Yes,
you?
it keeps me going.
Can you tell us how that started when you were first diagnosed?
Well, I was advised that music was the best for Reminiscence, and because I had to stop my work, and I was a major worker in Northern Ireland, as the head of e-service in Northern Ireland, and because I had to stop up after my Alzheimer's, I decided that going to bars and singing music was the best thing to keep me active. And I've got 2 major speakers and microphones and a big laptop, and that's even setting all that up and singing it keeps you quite active.
So you go around different places in Lurgan, isn't it?
In the next 2 years, I've got 3 bars and 2 sessions in each bar. But 2 of them are GA bars, St Peter's and Clonagale.
Yeah.
But the other one's a big bar called the Fosters, and that's just a major bar in Lurgan. And the Fosters have 2 sessions in next month, couple of months as well.
And you do the karaoke?
No, karaoke's only in 1 bar.
Okay.
The others, I advise them that the best way for me to sing is oldies, pop, and Irish. 3 hours. An hour in oldies, an hour in pop, and an hour in Irish. So I sing some of your songs probably. I sing my last 3 songs are Irish songs.
So we're very lucky that you have also written a song for...
I did a good session in Armagh. And the people enjoyed the Oma session.
They did. And they were up dancing.
Aye, they were singing along and dancing. They were singing along, and the lady that used to come here regularly, she was... Eileen was a major dancer in there.
You have a wee song that you wrote for Dementia NI, and we have it with us today. Do you want to maybe share with the group?
Well,
So here it is here. And you can sing it for us, couldn't you?
And what's the song called? What's the title of the song?
the title of the song?
It's Thank You to Dementia NI.
Thank you to Dementia NI. I've been singing most of my lifetime for all my friends and family. But now I've met you lovely people, and I'd like to sing a song for thee. A few years I found I had Alzheimer's. It really hit me with a shock. But soon I joined Dementia NI, and I gained myself a lot of luck. It's really nice to meet together. Groups each week is great to do. I love to hear your conversations and enjoy all the things we do. So long together, it's a record. Should be in the Guinness Book of Fame. And especially after that old COVID, I'm happy to socially meet again. It's vital to keep meeting someone and feel as if I'm still involved. Sometimes I feel a little lonesome. Many thanks for keeping me resolved. Many thanks for being such great company. The crack is over 92. I hope we get to stay together. Please accept my sincere thanks to you.
Wowee, that was lovely.
Yous are big helpers. You're big helpers for me.
And do you find that your friends are big helpers for you then too, aren't they?
Oh, I'm lucky. The boys I played football with, they're my major coaches now. They keep me quite active, and that's why they're taking me down to Cork soon to watch the Armagh match, because they take me to a lot of sports, and they keep me quite active in the bars.
And where did you first meet them? Whenever you were playing football?
Oh, I met them I started when I was about 18.
Yeah.
But I told you what my nickname was.
What was your nickname?
You know what my nickname as a footballer was? I was a defender. But you know what my nickname in St. Peter's was? They called me the Killer. And see when I played with friends down in Crossmaglen, and Crossmaglen's one of the biggest teams. Every time I played against Crossmaglen, they called me Animal. Crossmaglen called me Animal all the time.
My goodness, Jared, what were you doing on the field?
I saved a lot of my friends. That fella that's my major coach, I saved them 100 times, because people, when anybody tackled them,
you were there.
I did a lot of.
The animal was there.
Well, you know what advisor told me when I was playing? He says, "They're your two best friends. when you're tackling, they're your two best friends."
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure you were. I'm sure in rugby he was a bit of a tackler.
I would have thought in Crossmaglen.
Had you a nickname?
Pardon?
Had you a nickname?
If I had, they didn't tell me.
But you also would have played for university, wouldn't you?
I won the All Ireland down in the Armagh, and I won the All Ireland in Queen's University.
With all the sport we're going to talk about now, Mark, you had...
what was your sport, Mark?
Cycling.
Cycling?
Yeah.
Oh, that was quite fast.
It was.
And how did you get into the cycling?
I got into it. A friend of mine, I was giving him help during the summertime of pulling the water chutes out of the trees. And he was cycle this, cycle that, monkey start. And
You were probably quite fast.
you don't see him going. He bought a new bike and he says, there's my old bike. He'll go out and hit. I said, no way, not a chance. And he yabbered on that much that I said, for flip's sake, okay, I'll do it, which was a run, Killyman or somewhere like that. There was a 15 mile, a 25 mile, no, 15 mile, 40 mile and 70 mile.
There's some difference.
So we were taken out on this run on Sunday morning. Raymond, of course, he was doing 70 mile. He went on ahead. There was another guy come up alongside me. Once we were out, we'd been out half mile or something, and he could see I was suffering. I hadn't been on a bike
Your legs?
for about 30 years.
Was it your legs?
Oh, God, it was everything.
Everything? More than the legs?
And he told me, he says, you're never going to make it to the final if you're going that pace now. I said, sure, I'm about able to manage 15 mile. He looked at me, he says, this isn't 15 mile, this is 40.
Oh dear. You're on the wrong one.
I know, he stayed with me.
Oh, that was good of him.
Yeah, it's always better to cycle in a group. And every now and again, if I was suffering, he would go up my inside and put his hand on my back and a bit of a push.
Oh, very good.
I was very thankful of him. And then I done 40 mile. That was a Saturday. And the next day, I thought, I can do 40. If I do 40, I can do 50. The only problem was I done 50 all round Armagh Brig and
Up hills. And
yes, and down past the Yahan Dam.
The next day?
Oh,
Oh my
I
goodness.
know,
50 mile, 50 mile.
mad. Hey, so we got, and it rained and rained and rained, and I was going up a hill up towards I can't remember until something gap, and these three boys on bicycles went past me. You talk about being very jealous. The good thing about it was I was able to freewheel more or less the whole way down to Armagh. And I called in at a friend's house and got my juice bottle filled and a wee break with him. And by the time it was teeming out of the heavens,
Oh dear.
very unpleasant. By the time I got home, I looked at the wee gizmo and it said 40 mile, 49 mile. And I said, I wanted to do 50. From out and get back on the bike.
Oh no, stop.
I done a mile.
Round the house.
Done a mile. And the next one, he kept building me up. We done, I don't know how many, I put maybe 2,000 mile on that bike over a space of time.
Wow.
And started up with the club. They do roads around Stewartstown and the
Is that the club in the Moy?
Temple Patrick and Monaghan. The whole lot of ones I can't remember the name of. And then built up, and he says you'll do Lap the Lock, which is 90 mile.
Wow.
90 mile?
I said that's all right. At that stage, I was a bit better, and round the lock is fairly flat. There was one hill I remembered. It was from Antrim up to Randallstown. I suffered in it. It wasn't really a big thing, and then was back home, back to Peatlands. That's where it started off.
Yeah.
And that morning, we all met in the Moy. So I cycled from our house to the Moy, which was 5, and then from the Moy to Peatlands, I think it was 8 or 10 miles.
Oh my goodness. You would have been closer going from your house
I know,
to Peatland.
but they wouldn't let me. So done that. It was a great buzz. You've like 2,000 people jumping on a bike, and you trying to get out of the faster ones and all. No, it was great, a good buzz. And got Lap the Lock done that day, and the following year I done it again, and of course that year it was peatlands again, and we done lap the lock, and it turned out it was 95 miles. Well, the last 5 miles were nothing because you were used to it. And I said to the friend, I says, I thought there was a big hill on this race. He goes, no, you've got better. I didn't notice the hill.
What a good achievement.
I done that, and we got back. We got your medal, all that there. Cycled back to the May. I got to the May, and he said, there's a club run going on. Do you want to do it? I said, oh, well, surely. Finished up at 130 mile that day.
Wow.
It was so backside after.
I would say so.
And the next run I done after that, which was mad, from Bundoran to the May, that was hard as hell.
Bundoran to the Moy?
Yeah, it was
How
hard.
many miles?
We went all, it was about 90. Went all the back roads and all. Of course, them roads are all hilly.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Gerald done it. We went up 2 nights before for a wee break to Bundoran, and Claire says, you're mad. And I run into one of the girls out of the club, and she said she had the bike up, she had went to Rossnowla and all. Says, are you doing any cycling? I says, I'm going to cycle home. She says, I'll go along with you. The company is a big thing when you're cycling.
Sure.
And when you got to the road from Enniskillen to Dungan is far too dangerous, so we took the long route through Tempo.
Oh,
5 mile town, yeah, I know.
the hills,
The
bad roads.
Aye, and Claire, she said she was going to do, we'd meet at certain places to make sure we're all okay. Always throw the bike in the back of the car, and that's what she done. But we had met at a certain place. Did you ever hear geocaching?
Geocaching? No, I don't
It's
think
a
so.
thing you play on your phone that they have, it's all over the place. They hide wee small things. Should it be a thimble, a wee sharpener in threes and under post boxes and all that.
Right.
And it's all the clues you have to follow to find these things. And then when you find something, you have to take another thing and put it back in.
In place of it?
Yep.
Okay.
So Claire done that in between. So that,
She's doing that.
aye, that was, so it meant she's not a whole day doing nothing.
She was
So
entertained.
she done that. That was a hard run too.
How do you find things now?
I haven't cycled in a few years.
But how, if you ever even went out, how do you find things? I lose sights.
Oh, aye. Yep. No, unfortunately, when doctor says you're not allowed to drive, and she says you're not allowed to cycle either. Too dangerous.
But if you haven't seen places for a while, it's hard to see.
Aye. I think that one of the most scary moments was where, you know, at Corring House.
Cork
Aye.
House.
That's before 5 Mile Town. Me and her, she was behind, and the car overtook the two of us, and he started to turn in front of me. Now, the language wasn't that good, and
We'll not say it here now.
no, lucky enough, he stopped, and I had to ground him.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
It is quite a scary thing to watch people
is.
cycling sometimes,
Oh,
isn't
sure.
it?
God's sake, even here in Armagh,
Especially with the
and
cars.
down the slip
Yeah.
road towards McInerney's. It's by past me, and it was now one of those queues, and if you put your hand on it, you could touch him.
Yeah.
And I shouted, and then he stopped his Range Rover and got out. He was going to beat me.
Oh,
Dear.
Yeah.
You weren't injured?
No, the ones in the car behind, they pulled up and
made
they,
sure you're
they
okay.
were on my side.
Yeah. That's good. You have some
the
decent
cars,
people
the
still
cars
out
are-
there.
There was a whole lot of times you fall off. I'd like to go back to it. But
Good luck.
aye.
Well,
Build
Mark,
it up
how
again.
did you manage when you, at the very start, when you would have got home, would you have had to go and have a hot bath, or how would you have
No.
made sure you didn't end up with your muscles really sore?
No, it just only at the start was like that. That I went home and see the appetite.
Oh, I'd say so.
Appetite was out through the roof.
You needed to rebuild them
Yep.
carbs.
But I never went for Irish
Energy.
baths or anything like that. And a whole lot of that was all on. He bought the bicycle I was on in, what do you call the bicycle shop? At Spars.
At Spars,
Halfords.
Halfords.
Aye, Halfords. And it wasn't a dear bike. Well, it was a 300-pound bike. And as I say, I could have done 2,000 mile on it. And then I decided I'd get myself a bike, a lighter bike, because the weight makes a difference. And I'll not tell you what I paid for it.
Lots of money.
No, it was expensive.
Yeah.
Sure it was.
It was expensive.
We'll not say it because in case Claire watches.
No. But I really enjoyed that. Really
I think
enjoyed it.
after when you complete something like that, you feel a great awareness
there's-
of your
there's
own
a real
strength,
buzz.
You know? Yeah. Such an
Adrenaline.
achievement. And your achievement and
Couldn't
your
do it
sense
now.
of worth.
I
Yeah.
think it's electric bike for me.
Well, that's the friend that I started off with. That's what he has now. He bought an electric one.
They're the whole go now.
Oh, they are.
They are.
There is. I personally haven't been on one of them, but it's handier. It helps you up the hills.
It does. And Jared, talking about hills, you would be a big walker, wouldn't you?
Used to be in the Mourne Mountains, but unfortunately the weather has been so
Per.
poor
Where did you go recently, though, for your nice walks in the sun?
in the Mournes.
You were away,
Now I just go on the Lurgan.
and you were away in Lanzarote, weren't you?
And
And
now thankfully it was lovely and warm over there.
yeah,
It was 24 degrees. 24 degrees, so it was fantastic.
and you got plenty of walking.
Had plenty of walking and even had a swim.
Oh, lovely. Are you still out swimming in the pool?
I go to swimming in Craigavon.
Great.
Tom, did you cycle? Maybe when you were a student, would you have cycled when you were in Trinity or afterwards? Yes. And would you have cycled in more recent years?
Absolutely. Certainly when I was a student, I cycled because I didn't have the bus fare.
Yeah. Well, look, everyone, thank you so much for sharing all your stories. We can't wait to have another wee look at your pictures as well, Tom.
Yep.
And thank you for singing. That was lovely, Jared. We really treasure that moment as well. If anybody has anything else they want to share, feel free. Or we're just going to...
Hey, Karen, what are you sharing? What was your sport?
My sport, hockey,
Oh,
Hockey.
lovely.
Oh, that sounds good.
basketball.
Basketball, yeah, basketball. That sounds good.
But I was the wee tiny one at school, you know,
Tiny.
with the hockey stick. And they thought, well, there's not much to her, like.
Good for your hands.
But I got through there.
It's
Jared.
good for your hands.
That's the most dangerous.
It was good for our hands.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a lovely session today. Thank you.
Hockey.
All right.
I won't lie, I was terrified when the doctor said those words. My feet went from beneath me, could not believe what I just heard. If I judged my condition from what I saw on television, I give up. It's a slippery road, but I keep my feet planted. I have the strength to hold the cards I've been handed. If I stumble, if my feet fall, or if I need some assistance, I know the journey's long, but it's worth that distance. My voice is